King Abdullah II of Jordan addressed the European Parliament this week and spoke about Europe's role in combating terrorism. He also encouraged tolerance between Christians and Muslims. From Strasbourg, France, this is 25 Minutes.
Sa Majesté le Roi de Jordanie, Abdullah II.
His Majesty the King of Jordan, Abdullah II.
This is the seal. This is the seal of the President. Meine sehr geehrten Damen und Herren,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Majestät, im Namen der Mitglieder des Europäischen
on
Parlaments
behalf
heiße ich
of
Sie herzlich
the
in unserem Haus in
members of the
Straßburg
European Parliament, a very
willkommen.
warm welcome to His Majesty.
Ihr nun bereits vierter Besuch bei uns,
This is
der uns als
your
ein Zeichen
fourth
Ihrer
visit
Wertschätzung,
to
Ihres
the European
Vertrauens
Parliament, a
und
sign
Ihrer
of your
Freundschaft
trust and confidence
in
and
diesem Haus und mit den Bürgerinnen
friendship
und Bürgern
with the European Parliament
Europäischen
and
Union.
the citizens of the European Union.
Auch Ihre Delegation sei uns herzlich willkommen.
Your
Ich begrüße
delegation
im
is
Besonderen
very
die beiden
welcome
Präsidenten der
here
Kammern des
as
jordanischen
well.
Parlaments,
I
meine
welcome
Kollegen, den
the
Präsidenten des
presidents of both
Senats
chambers of
und den
the
Präsidenten
Jordanian
des
Parliament,
Abgeordnetenhauses.
from
Und eine
the
besondere
Senate
Freude
and
ist es für
from
uns, dass wir
the
9
Chamber
junge
of Members of Parliament.
jordanische Studentinnen und Studenten,
It's a
die Sie in Ihrer
particular
Delegation
pleasure
mitgebracht haben,
that
heute
you've
bei
brought
uns auf der
young
Tribüne
Jordanian
begrüßen dürfen. Seien Sie uns
students
alle
with you
herzlich willkommen.
to Parliament, so a very warm welcome to all of you.
Majestät, im Namen des Parlaments wiederhole ich, was ich bereits
On
getan habe, aber
behalf
in
of
Ihrer Anwesenheit
Parliament,
auch unbedingt wiederholen muss.
I
Wir
will
möchten
repeat
Ihnen
my
unser tief empfundenes Beileid
sentiments.
und das Mitgefühl
We want to pass our
furchtbaren
deepest
Mord an
sympathies
Leutnant Ihrer
and
Luftwaffe
commiserations
Muath
for
al-Kazabeh
the death of your pilot
aussprechen.
Muath
Wir sind
al-Kazabeh.
alle in unseren Gedanken bei den Angehörigen, denen wir
Our
Kraft,
thoughts are
und Beistand wünschen.
with
Wir haben mit
the
großem
relatives. We
Entsetzen diese
wish them
furchtbaren
comfort.
Nachrichten
These
und
were
Bilder von der Ermordung dieses
terrible
jungen
news,
Piloten
indeed terrible
gesehen.
pictures we saw of the death of this
Übersteigt
pilot.
unsere Vorstellungskraft, dass Menschen
It's
zu solchen grausamen
hard to
Taten
imagine that
fähig sind.
people could
Die
commit such
kriminellen und
gruesome
barbarischen Verbrechen des
acts.
sogenannten
It was a
Islamischen
criminal
Staates
and
erfüllen
barbaric
uns alle
act
mit Abscheu.
carried out by the
Diese
Islamic State, and it
Terrorhorden agieren
fills us
außerhalb
with
aller
horror.
Werte und Normen,
This is
die uns
against
verbinden.
all the values that we share.
Auf der Flucht vor den Grausamkeiten der Terroristen und des Bürgerkrieges in ihrem Nachbarland
We
Syrien
see people
fanden
fleeing
bis heute
from
weit mehr als 1
the
Million
Islamic
syrische
State and
Flüchtlinge
from
Schutz in
the
Jordanien.
Syrian civil war, and there are around 1 million refugees in Jordan now. We are very impressed by the generosity of the Jordanian people.
Dies ihr Land stellen.
We
Erlauben Sie
appreciate
mir,
the challenges your
deshalb im
country
Namen
is facing.
Erlauben Sie mir, Ihnen und Ihrem Volk, und der Beifall zeigt es,
Allow me
unsere volle
to
Unterstützung
say
und
to you and
Solidarität
your
mit
people, you
Ihrem
have
Land in
our
diesen
full
schwierigen
support
Zeiten
and
zu
solidarity
versichern. Wir wollen
in
Jordanien
this difficult
auch auf dem
time.
Weg zu politischen und wirtschaftlichen Reformen unterstützen.
We want to help support Jordan on its way to
haben
political and
diesen
economic
Reformkurs
reforms.
eingeleitet und sind damit
You have
den Wunsch
started
Ihres Volkes
the
nach
path
Veränderungen
to
entgegengekommen.
reform. You have listened to your
Sie haben
people's
erkannt,
desire for
dass
change.
Reformen, Frieden
You
und Achtung der Menschenrechte in die Region
have
bringen können.
taken on board the
Auch im
desire
Rahmen
for
der
freedom and human
internationalen
rights in
Allianz
the
gegen den
region. We have the alliance against the Islamic State, and here Jordan and the European Union are partners. We want the Jordanian people to be able to live in dignity and in a secure environment. And you have helped to contribute to this effort to bring security back to the region. Your country is a leader now in helping to combat these terror militias. You have acted with the decisiveness against hate and extremism, and we very much respect that. It is a difficult time for minorities in all of the region, but Jordan is a tolerant country where people can practice their religion in peace and live in peace together. Your participation in the memorial march in Paris for the victims of the Charlie Hebdo attack was a strong signal, I think, to the whole Middle East. So a very heartfelt thank you for that. By sending out this message, you have shown once again that Jordan is against terrorism and on the side of peace, respect and tolerance. We have had an opportunity to discuss this previously. Your unstinting efforts to create a peaceful solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and that's something we share as well. We want to let ourselves be guided by these values and these standards in these difficult times that we face together. We recognize our friends when we are in difficult times, and we are proud of Jordan and its king, and we see them as true friends. So a very warm welcome to the European Parliament, and you have the floor.
Mr. President, distinguished
in the name
members,
of God, the most merciful, the compassionate, Mr. President, distinguished members,
with this great institution, and I appreciate
Jordan cherishes its long ties of friendship with this great.
Permettez-moi aussi de remercier les citoyens de Strasbourg.
Allow me to thank the citizens of Strasbourg for their very warm hospitality. This city is an important symbol of the passage from war to peace, a symbol of reconciliation and a united Europe.
My friends, people thrive where there is mutual respect. Civilization is built on it, and futures are better for it. But coexistence must be made and made again in every generation. The common good is defended only by vigilance and action, and this means more than security measures. Humanity must arm itself with ideas, with justice, and with economic and social inclusion. Today, these challenges have a special importance. Our world faces an assault by terrorists with ruthless ambition. The motive is not faith. It is power pursued by ripping countries and communities apart in sectarian conflicts and inflicting suffering across the world. The savage murder by DAESH of Jordan's hero pilot outraged all Jordanians and horrified the world. And Jordan's response has been swift, serious, and determined. And our fight will continue. We and other Arab and Muslim states defend not only our people, but our faith. This is a fight that has to be carried out by Muslim nations first and foremost. This is a fight within Islam. And at the same time, the danger of extremism must be seen for what it is, global. The threat is not only in Syria and in Iraq. It has struck Libya, Yemen, Sinai, Mali, Nigeria, the Horn of Africa, Asia, the Americas, and Australia. Europe has suffered despicable attacks and shown unbeatable courage. Your friends are with you. In January, Rania and I joined millions of people in France who marched united against violence and intimidation. My friends, there are those living in Europe today who remember the ravages that struck the continent in the late 1930s and the world war that followed because of an aggressive expansionist ideology based on hatred and disregard for the very essence of humanity. Europe's war became the world's war. Today we are fighting a similar war, a war against an expansionist ideology that feeds on hate, that is committing murder in the name of God and religion, to justify evil actions that no religion tolerates, a war against terrorists who disrespect Islam's values and humanity's values. Our victory now depends on our unity, and Europe's role is vital. Only by cooperation can our regions shut down the sources of terrorist support and defeat their purposes. And it is also essential that our regions renew the source of our great strength, the mutual respect that binds and sustains us. Young people especially must be inspired by values that reject violence, create peace, and build inclusive societies. And let me suggest 3 areas of importance. The first is meaningful interfaith outreach, engaging people where they live. A dialogue of respect is a rockbed of all societies. Attacking and excluding others, insulting other peoples and their faith and their convictions, this is no way forward. The future lies in unity and respect, not division and stereotypes. Europe is an important partner in this effort, especially in helping to stop the global rise of Islamophobia. This poison is based on false ideas, and help plays into the hands of these extremists. This is what is important to clarify, what it really means to be a Muslim. And I and countless other Muslims have been taught from our earliest years that our religion demanded respect and caring for others. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "None of you has faith until you love for your neighbor what you love for yourself." This is what it means to be a Muslim. Among the very names of God we hear the compassionate, the all-merciful. All my life, every day, I have heard and used the greetings, Assalamu alaikum, a wish for the other to be blessed with peace. This is what it means to be a Muslim. More than 1,000 years ago, before the Geneva Conventions, Muslim soldiers were ordered not to kill a child, a woman, or an old person, not to destroy a tree, not to harm a priest, not to destroy a church. These are the same values of Islam we were taught in school as children, not to destroy or desecrate a place where God is worshipped, not a mosque, not a church, not a synagogue. This is what it means to be a Muslim. These are the values I teach my children, and they will hand it on to theirs. My friends, I am outraged and grieved by the recent attacks in some countries against Christian and minority communities. This is an offense against humanity as well as Islam. Arab Christians are an integral part of our region's past, present, and future. Jordan is a Muslim country with a deeply rooted Christian community. Together, the Jordanian people make up an indivisible society, friends and partners in building our country. The world's Muslims have a critical role in global understanding. Our faith, like yours, commands mercy, peace, and tolerance. It upholds, as yours does, the equal human dignity of every person, men and women, neighbors and strangers. Now, those outlaws of Islam who deny these truths are vastly outnumbered by the ocean of believers, 1.6 billion Muslims worldwide. In fact, these terrorists have made the world's Muslims their greatest target. We will not allow them to hijack our faith. My friends, the second area key to global harmony is an international system that gives all people the respect they want and deserve. Again and again, I hear the question, why does not the world defend Palestinian rights? Time after time, the peace process has stalled. And let me say what the situation looks like in reality. More Israeli settlement building, less respect for the occupied Palestinians. This failure sends a dangerous message. It erodes trust in international law and community. It threatens a pillar of world peace, that conflict must be solved by political means, not by force, not by violence. And it has given the extremists a powerful rallying cry. They exploit the injustices and the lingering conflict to build legitimacy and recruit foreign fighters across Europe and the world. It is time to think about the future and how this ongoing conflict will breed further hate, violence, and terror across the world. How can we fight the ideological battle if we do not chart the way forward towards Palestinian-Israeli peace? Our countries united must provide the momentum and chart the way forward towards a final comprehensive settlement. Ladies and gentlemen, a third critical effort is creating deeper hope. Radicalization thrives on economic insecurity and exclusion. To create stakeholders in a peaceful world, people need opportunities to fulfill their potential and build good lives. Helping them is a powerful message of respect. The European Parliament has recognized the importance of creating social and economic opportunities in naming 2015 the Year of Development. For Jordan, development is a priority. And despite all the regional challenges, we have pressed forward to meet urgent needs to grow jobs, to improve the quality of life through continued reforms and partnerships such as yours. And Jordan values our strong partnership with the European Union and its member states. And we are committed, with your support, to work together towards more advanced levels of partnership. Jordan also takes seriously our moral obligations to others. Despite scarce resources, the people of Jordan have opened their arms to refugees fleeing regional violence. As the President had mentioned earlier, Jordan has taken in thousands of Iraqi Christians over the past year. This in addition to giving shelter to 1.4 million Syrian refugees, which is 20% of the population over the past few years. This is more than the equivalent of France hosting the entire population of Belgium. Our small country is now the world's third largest refugee host, and I thank all of you who are helping us to uphold this global responsibility. My friends, your support sends a message, not only to my people, but to all those who seek to move forward in peace and moderation. Europe is with you. Our regions, our people, can find no better partners and neighbors than each other. History, geography, and future bind us. Let no one separate us, because together we can create pillars of mutual respect that will support the common good for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Majestät, den Beifall müssen Sie schon aushalten. Er wollte gar nicht, dass Sie so lange Beifall klatschen, aber ich hatte den Eindruck,
Well, a very
Majestät,
long
dass das Haus noch viel
applause
länger
for you
applaudiert hätte, weil
there.
ich glaube, wir haben
I
lange
thought
nicht mehr eine so ermutigende Rede
we might
in
even have
unserem
had more
Haus gehört.
applause. I think it's a
Darf ich
long
herzlich
time since
danken.
we've had such a good
Sie sind
speech
unser
in
stets
Parliament.
willkommener
So
Gast und ich glaube,
a very warm
die Kolleginnen
thank
und Kollegen
you
haben
to
in ihrem
you,
Beifall zum
our
Ausdruck
very
gebracht,
welcome
Majestät,
guests. And I
Sie
think
haben vielen von uns
the
mit dem, was Sie
applause showed
über Ihr Land,
the
über Ihre Region, aber auch
appreciation
über Ihre
here.
persönlichen
You
Vorstellungen
talked a lot
gesagt
about your
haben, aus dem
country, the
Herzen
region,
gesprochen.
your own
Vielen Dank
personal
für diese
perspective. You really spoke
großartige
from the
Rede.
heart. So thank you very much for that wonderful speech.
On the next Washington Journal, Trita Parsi